Hey, this is Maginoni, and here is some Rebirth reviews for you. We'll start off with Batman Detective Comics 939 first. Now, this is pretty much moving along with the, I don't want to say the fallout, because there's still and the Kate's, Batwoman's father's crusade to, cause mischief and whatnot with Batman. And they basically cleaned up the Belfry when they discover there are drones headed their way looking to kill who the military believes to be high value targets that they want eliminated. So they're trying to figure out like how we're going to stop this, blah blah blah. Now overall, the art I thought was pretty solid. The story was still Detective is still one of my favorite books so far from Rebirth, and like I said, it's an interesting mix of team, especially with Clayface. Clayface actually has a really good moment when he bursts through a window trying to get some people out of the room into safety, and he's pretending to be Batman, and they don't move until he turns into Clayface because he's just not acting like Batman. But overall, fantastic read, and I'm really, like I said, at least for the time being, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they're coming up with next for it. Titans. Okay. Now, while this is not what I would say the strongest book, I will say I'm enjoying it just because I like seeing the old Titans again. And basically in this issue they're fighting evil versions of themselves being controlled by Kadabra. And I thought the fight overall, honestly, the fight is pretty much what you would expect. They lose a little bit at the beginning, and then they start winning a little bit later. So that part wasn't what I would consider awe-inspiring. But regardless, I still, I don't know, I guess you can say I have a soft spot for the Titans. The art was decent, story was okay. Not going to win any awards, but I'm also glad to see that they're using a villain that hasn't been used in a long time. Action 962. This is the ending of the Doomsday battle with Superman. And the ending to me was, I guess you can say, uninspired. And when you get to the very, very end part with what happened to Doomsday, I find it unbelievable. Because the thing with Doomsday is he's always basically, for lack of a better term, when he gets beat, he comes back stronger. He always overcomes. So in theory, what happens at the very end shouldn't happen for at least very long, and he should be free. But they're making it look like he's going to be indisposed of for the time being. Also, they're planting the seeds for the distrust between Luthor and Superman. Now, granted, that seed's already been there. All you have to do is just mention Luthor is trying to do good, and there's already alright. Just mention Luthor, and there's distrust. But they're putting that more to the forefront now, so we'll see how that works out. Other than that, the story was alright. The art was decent. Overall, I mean, it's been a better Action Comics than what it has been under New 52, so that part at least is good. Don't know how long it's going to keep up because I'm already starting to lose interest, and there's already hints floating around the internet that this book in a way is connected to the Rebirth, and there's actually little pieces here and there throughout various comics like Superman and Batman and Titans that are hinting that a couple things here and there that are planting some Easter eggs, which if that's the case, that I think they're doing a fantastic job on. Deathstroke number 1. Okay, while the art was good, while it was well written, I just wasn't into it. Now, like right from the beginning, you have a political figure who's making an incredible comeback. Looks like he's gonna win the White House type thing, and he receives a package in the mail, and inside the package basically has photos of him that would be considered inappropriate for political official. Now, what I found hard to believe was he just basically ended his life right then and there. Truth of the matter is, what he would do is just go on TV, apologize, and business as usual, because there are other politicians in today's society who've done worse, and they just continue with their career like nothing happened. They refuse to give in. So I found that part is kind of like, whatever. And I think once I read that part, I was kind of starting to lose a little interest in it. The rest of this issue is just filled with backstabbing, twists and turns at that very end, and I just started to lose interest as the more I read it, I was just losing more and more interest. I couldn't care less about his intro origin. That should have been handled under the Rebirth version of Deathstroke, and I didn't need to see it again here. So that's unfortunate, and I just, like I said, I tuned out. So overall, those are my reviews for this week's Rebirths that I picked up. I know I left a lot on the table, but you know what? You gotta leave stuff on the table occasionally. Anyways, if you have any comments or questions, let me know. If you tell me what you thought about Rebirth this week, what were your favorite issues, what you didn't like. We'll have some more stuff later. And until next time.